So we're live, but we might be having some sound issues. So if the sound is way too loud, you're gonna have to let me know. But I do have a little surprise for you guys. Mrs. Whiskey Pond is gonna join us today.
I'm back.
She's on. She's on mic. Talk louder. Sounds
Me or
good.
Conrad?
Yeah, you need to talk louder. I talk loud enough. Okay, so Joanna is joining us today on microphone. We don't have a camera set up because we changed some things around in the office here. I'll show you guys at some point. Yeah, the amber hue. I know it's an amber hue. He's like, why are you red? It's so funny. Like I have two screens. One of them I look very orange red, and the other one I don't. So
On our end, you look orange.
right?
Yes.
I don't think we have time to fix that right now. You know what I can do though? Here, you know what I can do? I think let's turn the light up a little bit and turn the blue up a little bit. Maybe I'll turn myself bluer.
Hey,
No?
Joyce.
Whatever. Okay. Okay.
Thanks, Tim.
I'm no master of audio and video, so it's just going to be what it's going to be. I barely got this thing set up in time. In fact, I was late. So we're all here for Mrs. Whiskey Bond. Okay, well, I'm going to just go ahead and go, and you guys can talk to.
That would be a boring hour.
Wait,
unless you want to talk about plants or tea or honey.
Scrap just said spray tan.
You do look like you have one.
I did reorganize the whiskey shelf. Did you miss the video showing the new shelf? I actually showed it really quickly. I got a new shelf from a company called Garvey that's lit up. I don't have the camera back as far as I normally do. You'd be able to see it, but I actually added 3 more levels up there. Yeah, it's a lot more.
Conrad, you look very presidential orange.
Yeah. Okay, I didn't get. Wait a minute. Yeah. Did y'all see the Still Austin post an hour ago? 7-year blue corn and ready corn BIB coming this year, plus an 8-year high red. Yeah, so that actually leads us right into hoping there's no difficulty. We should be fine with technical difficulties. I know what it was the last week that caused it. We've been gone for 2 weeks, so we wanted to be back today. So back to the Still Austin thing. Alec brought up the Still Austin thing. Yes, we did hear, and this year's 7-year is going to be very limited. And then next year they're going back to 4 years. So I hate to create FOMO. But you guys, if you're a Still Austin fan, you're going to want to get that FOMO going because this year is going to be the lowest release of the BIB for those red and blue corns. And next year they're not going to be 8 years. They're going to be 4 years again with a larger release volume.
Is that Owen?
What?
The Owen?
Is that Owen Kelly? I don't. There's two. The problem is that we have more than one.
Well, it's Owen K2000. I'm assuming it's.
I can't see. The damn pictures are so small. I don't know if it's the Owen or not.
You're back.
I don't know if it's the legend. The legend has been back around though. He has been back around. He's been active. He's been in the chat, as they say, literally in the chat. So a lot has happened, you guys. So we're gonna go over a few things. We're gonna try and keep this to an hour as always, because I've kind of been like debating what we should do with the lives, but we have really good reason this week to kind of update you on some things. We're going to talk about the last couple things that have happened, the things that have happened over the last couple of weeks, because I haven't been on live for a couple of weeks, and in that meantime, we have picked not 1, not 2, but 3 barrels of whiskey. Fill you guys in on what that was all about. And we went to Vegas, we went to Austin, and we've got a drop coming up. So we've got a lot of things happening with figures in on that. Also, I did an Aged in Ore giveaway. We did an Aged in Ore giveaway of a 500 milliliter decanter on the Patreon, and the person that won never responded. So we're going to redraw that live also. So if you are a patron, if you're not a patron, this is just a reminder of why you need to be a patron. I've got lots of reasons why you need to be a patron today. Because
wasn't his name like Rick or something out of Texas? We never did hear from him, did we?
Rick Brooks?
Yeah, I think that
was
might
weird.
have been it.
Whatever. I mean,
all right, well, we'll draw a new person tonight.
So we're going to redraw this. I have the bottle flight. This is the one we're giving away, right?
Yes.
Okay. We're going to draw the tan colored bottle flight in the next few days on Patreon again. We were going to draw this tomorrow, but we have to re-give away this. So we're going to do this. We're going to push this back to draw this. And then the bottle carrier, the 4-bottle bottle carrier will be later in the month. we're gonna do that. We'll do that here live in just a little bit. If you're not a patron, you should become a patron, not just for the giveaways, which we do occasionally, but for barrel picks. Everybody that came on the barrel picks are patrons. They got picked because of the patrons. And the drop on March 20th, if you haven't been to whiskeybonnet.com to go to the drops section of the website, the drops are going to be between $6 and $10 less per bottle for patrons than for the public. And I didn't jack the prices up. One of the examples is the rare character that they sold at Liquor Lineup. Shout out to Sal at Liquor Lineup. He sold it for $119. We're going to sell it for $119. But not to patrons. Patrons will be able to get it for $109 because I figure we do a bottle drop every month and the bottles are $6 to $10 less. There's your cost to Patreon. Boom. So you can be a patron and participate in all the other stuff. It makes sense to me.
Tom, Rick thinks he really won now.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's okay. Oh, there is Rick. Rick is here. I was going to say Rick won't see this for like 3 or 4 days. Hey, Rick. Oh my God. Rick don't get a TLDR. I don't know what that stands for. Okay. So you guys are probably, a lot of you guys are probably aware, but we're going to post this because people that didn't know, and there are going to be people that are going to watch it on the playback. Not a lot of people watch these lives, but let's be honest, we do them for us. And to fill everybody in, and for all of the wonderful people that show up, I appreciate you guys all being here. So the week before last, this has been a crazy week, couple weeks.
Yeah. We back-to-back trips are a bit much for me, honestly.
Well, and our dumbasses decided to drive to Vegas, which I don't want to do that again. It wasn't bad.
Mind that. I actually enjoyed it, but
it got long. You didn't drive. You didn't do this.
And we did almost have a flat tire on the way home, so that would have been bad in the middle of the desert. That would have sucked.
We did take a nail and a screw, luckily in the same tire, which I don't know what the odds of that are. But we made it back. Got tire fixed. No big deal. Shout out to America's Tire Company for fixing it for free.
Yeah, for nothing.
That was cool. We didn't buy the tires there, but I will buy my next tires there because of that.
For sure.
So we drove down to Vegas and back. Had a really great time. Did a bottle share. Went to Pete's house. Pete is one of the co-founders of Rare Character. He hosted us at his house. Thank you very much, Pete, if he sees this. Really, really great time. He's got a really cool setup at his house where he's got what's supposed to be a mother-in-law's quarter, but he actually turned into like a bar speakeasy. Really, really cool. And then we went to a bottle share with with the Vegas Whiskey Boys. I actually got inducted into the Vegas Whiskey Boys. I don't know where my hat is. If you didn't see that, very, very cool. Jerry and Eric, Eric's patron. Jerry's just a cool guy. And Michael Bosch showed up. That was kind of cool. I got to know Michael Bosch. If you don't know Michael Bosch, he's a pretty good single barrel picker, doing his own thing. It's a lot, man. Cam says, a nail and a screw? I thought this was a family show. Who told you this is a family show?
No promises.
Yeah, down in front row, Whiskey War. Oh, well, Whiskey War. So, yeah, that's funny that they're sitting there. Whiskey War from High Banks Distillery is actually one that we have a relationship with because of a advertising marketing agency. And we really, really like the marketing agency. You may have seen, they actually posted it on LinkedIn. We did a call with them, with a few other creators. They're actually really, really nice people. I don't get paid by them to do the Whiskey War stuff. They just send it to me and hope for the best, which is fine.
I feel like the few rare marketing companies out there that are actually trying to gain feedback from creators to kind of see the future of marketing and what they should be focusing on, which is kind of nice.
Yeah, the whole creator thing is changing a lot from what it used to be. Obviously, it used to be young girls dancing around and promoting makeup and the Kardashians and all that stuff. It's really changing quite a bit, and they're starting to understand that. Lucky for us, it's changing quite a bit.
Yeah.
Because 10 years ago, I wouldn't have been an influencer. That's for sure.
That's what you're calling yourself?
Well, then it would have been an influencer. Now it's not called that anymore. They called it something else even. They called it creator. They also called it something else.
No.
The foodie guy that was on there that's got a quadzillion followers. I don't even know. He's a very cool guy. But there was one of the guys on the call that doesn't even like show himself on his videos, and he has like 5 million followers, and his videos are all like food clips together, and then right at the end he goes, and that's like all he shows himself on the video. I'm like, dude, this guy is a freaking genius. I know, brilliant. He did the same thing in the call too. He just sat there in a hoodie, and his thing was like, said a few things, was just kind of quiet.
People are just looking for authenticity now, and I feel like the days of celebrity like pushing things is kind of over. Like people are just not really into the celebrity thing as much anymore. It's just they're so accessible now, and let's face it, a lot of them say a lot of dumb shit, so nobody really is
well, and
into that.
the spirit of the call was, and the thing the thing that I told them was, is we're not doing this to influence anything. It's actually about community and shared interests,
Mhm.
and the reason we started the Patreon and those types of things is to be able to get a smaller group, a smaller community inside the larger community that we can then include people in for experiences and events and things like that. And the other guys were saying some of the similar things. I thought it was a really cool conversation. And anyway, we really got off on tangent on the whiskey war. Whoever said that about the whiskey war. Yeah, no, we do not get paid by Whiskey War. I tell you what, though, I do like the Whiskey War a lot. Part of the reason why we've continued the partnership with them, even though, now we're trying to make a living at this. I really like the high bank stuff, and we can't get it here. So please keep sending it to me. I'll tell you guys about it. But so far, everything we've had from high bank has been actually really, really good. In fact, I've really been impressed. But they're just
See,
too local.
Conrad is a celebrity, but only in his own mind.
That's been true for a really long time.
Yeah, since he was like 5.
Stay classy, San Diego. I don't have many leather-bound books, but I do have Fred Minnick's Bottom Shelf. It's not signed by Fred though. He couldn't be bothered to do that for me. Whatever. Fred Minnick's book. I like Fred Minnick. Not a big reader. Name dropping is for chodes. I wouldn't have to see who made that comment to know who made that comment. Anyway, so we went to Vegas. Back on track, y'all. Please don't get me off track. It's too easy to do. Sealbox get high bank. I can't buy from Sealbox. They're Kanishi. I get that's a competitor.
Dare you bring up our competitor?
Okay, stop it. Yeah, what's the matter with you? It's funny. FaceTime can definitely be better than getting paid to do something on a big channel. I love you guys' comments. So we went to Vegas, went with our character, and we were really torn between a 7.5-year rye and a 9.5-year bourbon. And we kind of were everybody's kind of leaning the rye, but rye is one of those things that's kind of tough because some people, Devin, that I don't really want to like call out Devin for not liking rye. It's really weird, Devin, that you don't like rye. But some people don't like rye, Devin. Devin doesn't like rye. Sorry, Devin.
Except maybe he does.
There are some. Oh yeah,
when
that's
his
right.
eyes are closed, he likes rye.
In the dark, Devin likes rye. He's a closeted rye drinker.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's okay, Devin. We don't have to talk about it. We really like the rye, but the bourbon was also very good, and Pete was really impressed with the bourbon because of the story of the bourbon. There was a complexity to the bourbon, and he even actually made the comment that the bourbon could have been a Brook Hill, which I thought was a big statement. So all those things together and kind of the general consensus that we all liked it, we actually took both. So we actually got 2 barrels of rare character. Same as we did last time, but I split one of them. So I might be going off the deep end, but I don't know what we're going to do with them just yet. But we took them both. Also, thank you, Cam. I also had samples of Southern Star's Paragon cast strength wheat, which I've got to tell you is an incredible bottle of whiskey for the money. It's like a $50 or $60 bottle of whiskey. It's not Kentucky, not Tennessee. It's a cast strength wheated. It's just really, really good for the money vis-a-vis Green River cast strength wheat. If the Bardstown cast strength Origin series stuff, those 6-ish year old cast strength, just really good solid stuff, and I've been a big fan of that one. So they sent some samples to me. I took it with, and basically what we did is we did the pick of that with the patrons that joined us that weren't able to do the rare characters. We didn't have the room, so we did pick a Southern Star Paragon cast strength wheat that will be coming to the store too, and is going to come in right around 60 or less, which I'm super stoked to be able to bring that to you guys because we are trying to do more reasonably priced stuff. That being said, if you didn't see the post, you guys are going to see a lot from me in the next couple of weeks because I'm trying to give everybody more of a heads up on these drops. The new drop is on March 20th. Okay. There are 3 barrels being dropped in this drop. A rare character, Kentucky Rye, a Bardstown distillate, Old Louisville, Kentucky bourbon, and a Green River cask strength wheat pick. All at 3 different prices. So a little over 100, 80s and 60s.
Mhm.
So it'll be a little bit of something for everybody. I will tell you guys, uh, the Green River Cast Strength Wheat is not a whiskey bonded pick. It's a bonded bottle shop pick. And because of that, it's going to be available to the public. We're still going to let the patrons have first shot at it, but I have enough of it. It's going to roll out to the public. You don't have to be a patron to get that one. I will warn you. It is highly likely that the rare character and the old Louisville are not going to make it past the paid patron. And the only reason I say that is the yields on those are smaller than the bonded Yaga American Light Whiskey. Now I know it's not quite as desirable. I don't think generally that American Light Whiskey was a big deal at 21 years and 140-ish proof, but the yields are small. So I'm very excited about the idea that we're starting to get bottles that are not making it past the Patreon. It's just kind of cool to see. But the Green River is the least expensive, the highest yield, and will be available to the public. You do not have to be a patron. I also want to bring up you can be a free patron and still get early access. You don't get the discount on the price, but you still get it before the public. So you become a free patron if you're not a patron already. Yeah, the Green River Wheat is going to be a really great bottle, and I think the price on it is 65 to the public and 59 to patrons. It was $6 less. Yeah, that's right. 64.99, 58.99. So for 58.99, that's a ridiculous value, like the Paragon that we got coming. Let's see. No one cares. You better not be talking to me. Probably Kanish. Still can't believe Chris and Theo are. Oh, that's like the fifth time I've heard Kanish talk about his cousin and one of the guys that was in Vegas knowing each other. God. Ay, Michael.
Out of all the places to, yeah.
Coincidence. It is a weird coincidence. So funny. It says that Lunatic said free patron sounds expensive. Yeah. So okay. Patreon has paid for itself, introducing me to friends and my family. Had a great time to get to know them. Yeah, so you guys, I can tell you that the Patreon is going to be worth the money that you spend if you become a paid patron. Now, support us in whatever way you can based on your budget. There are tiers from 6 to 50. If you can afford $50, it's a big help. And I really, really appreciate our higher tier patrons. But if $6 is what you got, I will get you $6 back in bottle discounts, in promotional things that we do, in
Giveaway.
early accesses and giveaways and events. You're going to get your money. You're going to get your money's worth. I'm going to really try to focus now that we're back from the trips on doing more Patreon content because I still want to bring that too. But the reason I don't do as much Patreon additional content sometimes is because I'm focusing on making sure that I'm giving you guys back what it is that you asked for. And most of the feedback we get is product experience. So we're trying to focus on that first. I'm going to get more Patreon content out, but I know that if I release not enough Patreon content, so say we don't do a ton of extra Patreon content, but you get in on the drop, you buy a bottle that you want, you're at the $6 tier, you save $6, get your money back. It's free.
If you can't afford it, just join the free one and watch our lives and follow us on Instagram and support in that way if you can.
What's up? Going to be 888. How you doing?
All that matters too.
This actually was won by a free patron who just chose not to respond. So it wasn't actually you, Rick. Yeah, you guys liking and sharing and all that other stuff is. What's up, Garvey? Garvey, what are you sipping on some whiskey there, Garvey? What's your favorite bottle of whiskey? I'm gonna call her Garvey, the name that I don't really recognize. How's the Jogger Man? The Jogger Man. Oh, you talking about? I got comments on the Still Austin video run calling me an NPC because I intentionally was running kind of funny. This is not the way I actually run.
Yes, it is.
It's not. I don't.
Okay, run. You also swing your arms really violently when you run.
I don't run. That's because only cowards run. Actually,
you heard that somewhere.
I did. I learned that in Mexico from a waiter in Mexico. It's so funny. I don't remember what the conversation was, but he says, "Senor, only cowards run." And he's like hella serious. I'm like, I love that. That's amazing. You can also hype videos, which expands the range of reach. Yeah, you guys, please, I'd be honored if you guys spend those hypes and all that crazy stuff. What's up, Tim? I'm free. I follow. I support. My support isn't lesser than anyone else's. No, you guys listen. I want to. That's a good point, Tim. If $6 or $10 or $20 is something that really is not affordable for you, You don't have to pay. That's why I try to do stuff for free patrons, get them in on the drawings and stuff. And I do understand that there's some people that it just doesn't make sense to do that. We appreciate the people that support us because it helps. We're now doing this for a living to support Joanna and myself and all the things we want to do. So I look at it that way. You guys are being gracious enough to try and support us because you appreciate what we do. We'll try and get the value back. The support, like in likes and comments and being around, and Tim, you show up every week. I mean, that is absolutely important. It does matter, and we do appreciate it. So we're not don't want you to feel.
Yeah, and tell your friends about us.
Yeah, absolutely. Tell somebody about the bottle shop. Oh, and only a month and a half to Kentucky. Got some news coming up on Kentucky here in the next probably 4 or 5 days. We're going to be locking in some stuff to make sure everybody has plenty of time to do their planning. Also, Nashville, we booked our flight, so we will have specifics on that too coming up soon. You guys, I am trying desperately to get caught up. 2 weeks away. I have got so much shit I got to go through. We've got content to do. I've got partnerships to work on. I've got so much shit. I'm going to get caught up though.
For those that are here, Tennessee will be May 25th through the 29th.
Yes, Tennessee. And it does look like at this point, and official news will be on Patreon, that everybody that wants to go to Kentucky and Tennessee, we're going to have room for everybody. Not everybody will get to do everything, but everybody that goes will get to do something. We'll get to be on a barrel pick at least. And then you can do all the other cool stuff, hanging out with each other, and all the improvised stuff we did last time we went to Kentucky, like going to Michter's and sitting up at the bar. We did all kinds of cool stuff. I'm just not planning that because I'm not herding y'all. Y'all are a bunch of cats, and I'm not herding you. And if it was 15 or 20 of me, I wouldn't even try it.
Well, we kind of want to roll with the flow, and whoever wants to do what, and there's so much to do in Kentucky in general. You don't have to stick with us at every stop we make, and but it's been. The last couple of trips were super fun hanging out with everyone. So.
And I'm just going to ask everybody to do what you guys always do, which is to just go with the flow, be relaxed, not getting your feels about anything. If you want to split up into multiple groups, we all go someplace together. If somebody wants to peel off and go check something out, I mean, we just kind of wanged it last time, and it actually turned out great. The lunatic said NPC, non-player Conrad. That's my favorite comment right now. Can I promote that? No, I can put him in timeout, but I can't demonstrate that that was a great comment.
Do you just tell him?
Yeah, I did just tell him. Rock says $6 a month means one less Happy Meal. Fair trade. Can you get a Happy Meal for $6 now? I feel like they're more than that.
I don't even know. Fast food has become crazy, at least around here.
Thick soup stew, an awesome Russell's pick in my hands right now. One of the things we're doing in Kentucky is a wild turkey pick. Now, whether it's going to be a Russell's or a Kentucky Spirit, I do not know. Somebody asked me that specifically. Honestly, don't care. I have my one request that I have made is to try and get Bruce there. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I know this group, and we're going to pick a badass barrel, whether it's got a Russell's label or a Spirit label on it. It doesn't matter.
I think he's kind of busy that week, but I know they were hoping to get him there.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. All I can do is ask and be a pain in the ass, and I'm pretty good about realizing that I'm being too much of a pain in the ass and backing off vis-a-vis Tennessee. Jack Daniel's been very gracious, but I pushed a little bit and had to go. Just kidding. And what's that old Jerky Boy skit? I'm going to kill you. What? No, just kidding. It's gotta be. How do y'all can't wait to get the Sazerac and Old Fitz? Yeah, we all the Old Fitz. We actually, you guys have got to watch. You guys have got to keep an eye on all things Bonded Bottle Shop. Sometimes, unfortunately, things hit my inventory and I got to get it posted, and I don't have time to do official posts. And I'll either send out an email. So subscribe to the Bonded Bottle Shop email. There's a link in my freaking link tree, whatever, for that. I can email it to you if you want it. Make sure that you're following Bonded Bottle Shop on Instagram, and make sure you're paying attention to the Bottle Shop Discord room. Because sometimes I just got a spur of the moment. Like today, we actually had 4 bottles of Penelope Omega and 10 bottles of the Penelope 18-year light whiskey. And if I don't jump on those, someone else will sell them, and you guys will get access for it. And I sold them for a cheap price compared to what everybody else is selling for. I think we sold those light whiskeys for like, I don't know, $140 or something like that. Everybody else is selling them for $300. So if I don't get them out there to you guys, you don't get access to them. Someone else will sell them for more money if I wait and do a post and everything. So it's like sometimes I just got to throw them out there. So sorry about that. I wish I could give everybody access all the time, but you gotta be on your toes because they come in randomly. But I did post the new Remus 9 today. Got plenty of those. That's a curious one, but I did price it at 89 because I feel like Remus last couple of years hasn't sold that fast. It's probably a little cheaper. It's probably not better to be good. It's supposed to be it's the oldest and highest proof Remus repeal release ever.
Oh, that sounds good.
I mean, I looked into the highest proof. It's usually 101. It's 104. So might be making a little bit of a big deal about that, but that's what they said.
When is our bonded yogurt coming?
It's sold out.
We didn't even get one?
No, I got one up here.
Just one?
Yep, just one. Hey, listen, that shit's in high demand. I tried. I was fast. I was fast on the buy
Where's
button.
mine?
I only got one. Huh? Listen, you weren't. Listen, you got to be live on these drops. But when they drop, you got to be on your phone, ready to go.
Okay.
That bottle sold out. That was our first
see how
bottle.
this
Yeah,
works
I
now.
listen.
Okay.
I'm sorry. That looked
Damn.
terrible when I did the clicky click on the desk. At the poker rooms, I advertise WB and BBS all the time. Thank you, Kanish. Thank you, Kanish. Who's ready to see their favorite Kentuckian? I know I am.
Do you see the comment in green? Or?
Yeah, member for 2 months. So did you run a 4.3 through the barrel? I am nowhere near that fast, Garvey. Nowhere near. I might run like a 6.3. I used to be fast. I was a lot lighter then, though. I could take some long ass strides, though. What's up, Chef Chris? Chef Chris in the chat? Kanish was playing poker with Brad Garrett. Oh, this is the guy with the Raymond. Isn't that guy?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Terrible impression. I have the Remus 7 and 8, and I can't remember. Never cracked. You know what? Here's the thing. Here's the part. The bad thing about Remus. The Remus repeal bottles have been very good, and if I remember right, 5 was 6, then better was, or 6 was better than 7, but 5 was better than 6, or something like that. They've always been very, very good. The problem is they start to run together a little bit, and $99 they weren't standing out. Nobody was really saying these things are amazing, and I think they just kind of went the Midwinter Nights dram route. People just kind of started going, eh. But I've got quite a few of them, and I love them. They're always delicious. I put them up at 89 because I think highest proof, oldest age Remus ever, 89, not 99. That's gonna make sense. So we put them up there. I mean, there's a few cases of that, so you can get those if you want one. This Slotman said that's the 40 barrel dash. Getting ready to make my first purchase from the bottle shop, the Westward, that just went on sale. Very interested in giving it a try along with another bottle I have marked. Hey, Andrew, I appreciate you taking a look at the shop. If you ever have a problem, you're welcome to email me. But check it out. You guys be checking on the new arrivals section. When I drop something new, there's a little button at the top for new arrivals, just so you can see what we've dropped. Because sometimes I'll drop some stuff that I don't think warrants a really big deal, but are great bottles. And you guys can check those out. We dropped a 1792 full proof single barrel in it, and nobody's jumping on it. That's crazy to me. Those are so good. The 1792 full proof? Yeah, single barrel. Now it's a Southern the SGWS the distribution company is the one that picked it, but I've never had a bad foolproof single barrel.
I don't think
So
I
I'm
have either.
yoink, I'll get that.
Yeah.
Put it up there for a good price. I'm surprised. I just people are being very discerning about what they buy, where they spend their money.
Do you think it's just because there were so many single barrels out there, or?
I think. Just look at some of the comments. I think that what it is that a lot of the people, especially the people that are in our groups, have a lot of whiskey. And we know that some of the guys have some really big whiskey collections, and they've tried everything. They've tried a lot of 1792s. They've had a lot of single barrels, and they're kind of looking for things that they either know they really, really love that are worth the money. There's rebuys. Bottles we all rebuy. Or something new, something special, something different. You know, that's the why I wanted to get the Southern Star Paragon. The Southern Star Paragon cast strength wheat is not one that you're going to see a whole hell of a lot of. So it's going to be something different. It's reasonably priced. So yeah, kind of like Old Forester, the 1792 full proofs are dropping in quality. There's a lot of rumors about things dropping in quality, and I think a lot of that is probably a little overblown. There's probably some of it going on, but I think really what we're likely to see is an increase in quality for your basic releases, i.e. the old fit 7-year decanter. You're going to start to see some less expensive regular releases that are actually a little older, maybe a little higher proof. Everybody's putting out, get SAS 100, SAS full proof. You're gonna see that. Well, they just released the stupid Traveler full proof. Those are just signs of what's going on with the market. If the bourbon market were to say it's super super hot, maybe you don't see Traveler full proof or Sazerac full proof. Maybe they don't. Maybe they don't need to do that. I don't know. They would have been expensive. Gordon, been enjoying my whiskey bonnet picks and bottles. Man, I appreciate that. We really are going. We're going to continue. Hey, Kevin from Iowa. Let's say, hey, I'm trying to look out for the names, the new names, to say hey to the new people. With anything that is marked a whiskey bonded pick. So you're going to see two different picks. You're going to see the whiskey bonded pick, the bonded Yaga, the bonded lineup, the bonded stuff. Okay, this pick. Those are always picked by groups of patrons. So myself, Joanna, and patrons will pick those together. And the reason that I want to do that is rather than try to pick stuff that is of messaging. So this is a 10-year-old hazmat, secret spot Kentucky, it's with a story. What I want to be able to say to you is that we got a bunch of people together and we all tasted these samples. All of us have significant whiskey collections and a lot of whiskey experience. And we all agreed that this was a really good barrel of whiskey and that the price makes sense. That way, it's pretty likely if you buy it, regardless of what story's behind it, that you're going to like it because everybody liked it. We all liked it.
Happy on your shop?
Who said that?
The squirrel.
I picked up the 5-23 and 20 off the bonded bottle shop also. What squirrel? What are you on right now, squirrel? I'm pretty sure I did. Take it from me. An episode of Whiskey Vaults will be 22 seconds with me. Yes. Yeah, you. That's funny. Tim saying if we went and did Whiskey Vaults, it'd be okay. There we go. Whiskey Vaults. Tim, I know you've had more bottles. It seems like you trade all yours away or drink them or do something with them. I've seen you with more than a couple of bottles. Wombat.
Oh, Ryan, that honey, honestly, it's nothing I've ever had.
Yeah, the shout out to Squirrel, Ryan, for sending some Texas honey that's
so good. It has
Brennan's?
Almost like a citrus note on it. It's so good. And the color.
Is it Brenham's Bees? What's the name of it?
Yeah, yes, I think so. Right?
Brenham's Bees. It's in my post in Instagram on my story.
Correct? Yeah.
Right now. Yeah, just scroll, put it in the comments. You guys, if you guys want really, really good, legit, straight out of the hive, great. It's even dark. It's even got Texas whiskey color to it.
Yeah, I thought of Garrison Brothers when I saw it.
It's colored like Garrison Brothers. Knowing Squirrel, he probably spiked it with some Garrison Brothers. Yeah, you guys check out that honey. It's really, really fantastic. I want to name drop.
I'm going to use it in an old fashioned because I think with the citrus note on there, that's going to make a killer old fashioned.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. For sweetener. Yeah. Hey, Bursted, T Bursted, I think Tim. How about more hazmats? I've never seen one at a store anywhere. Hazmat, you mean just in general hazmat? We've had some hazmat. We had the Doc Holiday hazmat. In fact, I think there's a tag in the store. You can search for hazmat and it'll give you all the hazmats because we do have a few hazmats. They sell pretty fast because it's still kind of a hot buzzword. Here you go. Devin is adding some actual quality whiskey commentary. Quality went down the last 2 years with younger stuff to meet market demand. Now it's slowing down. Stuff will be aged longer. Quality will get better to meet the pickier buyer. That's a good point. Let's see. I'm trying to pay a drunk squirrel. Come on, drunk squirrel. There you go. Brenham's Bees. It's BRENHAM BEES. It is actually. That is actually their URL too. BrenhamBees.com.
Yeah, so good.
Boop. BrenhamBees.com. Yeah, check it out. You can actually buy the honey from them. Free shipping. I'm not getting paid for them. It's just good ass honey. The people, Joyce is talking to you. Oh, you're talking to them. By the way, I will buy your rare character pick. Gotta have a backup. Kanish is gonna buy a pick. Kanish gets a lot of shit for not buying picks, but he has bought a couple things. Burnham has a wonderful bourbon picks on that. We do have the Bernheim, the new Bernheim barrel proof in the store right now. Another one that I thought would sell really quickly and really people haven't picked up much on. I'll send you some of my honey so you can compare east versus south. My bees are cooler. Of course,
Wait, Chris,
Chris makes honey.
oh my gosh. I'm so
Man,
jealous of all of you guys. I honestly want to move away to like a couple of acres, have my own honey, and have my own chicken so I can have eggs. That would be my dream.
Yeah.
That's not happening here.
No.
Just FYI.
No, we're not gonna be
So
doing
we got to
that.
get this thing going.
Yeah, we're gonna yeah.
So we can get some chickens.
So we can get the hell out of here and get some chickens. We're gonna get some chickens. So let's do the drawing on the H and R real quick. I'm gonna whip this up. Old storefront I'm looking at. Oh yeah, Tim, you might have to refresh your or open a new browser. We've changed the store. There's extra menus up at the top. So you'd be able to, because what I started trying to do, and we're still working on it, So if you click on the American and bourbon section, you go down to bourbon or rye or whatever, not everything is in there yet. We're working on that, but it's starting to work. So you're starting to be able to click on those subcategories and get all the things that match those subcategories because the store is growing and I want you guys to be able to find stuff.
God, I'm getting offered chickens, eggs.
Scrock said he'll mail you chickens.
Yeah, I wonder how that will work.
Oh, Cam?
Chef Chris said he'll send me some eggs. I don't know if they would make it. I'd have scrambled eggs by the time they got here, especially with our UPS system.
It'd be brought by GLS.
Oh,
wow,
so it would never make it.
Dude, any chance to get bees knees in the BBS or after swarm or the Takai Rye from Short Barrel? We are working on Short Barrel. Working on a relationship with Short Barrel, so yes, possibly in the future it'll be through Texas, but we're actually going to do a single barrel at some point.
Uh-oh, Cam's calling you out.
I know, I saw that.
Clearly, Conrad isn't doing enough to be Joanna's honey.
That's always true. That's always true. She always deserves a little more sweet than I give. Oh, and is it free shipping from the shop? Asking for someone to complain about free shipping. It's just so funny, man. Okay. So let's do the drawing of the Asian North thing. I don't know if the person's going to be here or not. It's actually the Patreon. We're just going to do this. Watch this. This is just crazy. Look, it's movie magic. I'm actually going to spin this bad boy. I will email whoever wins, but maybe it'll be someone here. I don't know. Look at all those names on that wheel. I love it. The wheel's gotten crazy. Adam J.
Owen's asking if it's free shipping from the shop.
It's not free shipping from the shop. Owen Nish. Yeah, somebody else asked me about that too. There you go. So Adam J is probably a free patron because I do not recognize that name. We're going to give that away to Adam J, the 500 milliliter decanter. If Adam J does not respond to my email,
we're going to keep going.
We'll just keep it. Well, you know, it's like the take it or pass it on to the next person and double it. What is it? Pass and double it to the next person. What we should do is if she doesn't take it, the next person now gets drawn for both things.
Oh, we could do that.
That's what we'll do.
Or we could make two people happy.
I really kind of want to. Okay.
Well, what are you giving him? 24 hours or 48 hours?
Well, I was a little looser than that. I mean, I gave like a week for the last. But come on.
I know, but the last guy. So now we're doing what?
If you don't see if you see whiskey bonded in your email and you don't care enough to pay attention to it and respond to it, that's not my problem. That's not my problem. You don't deserve to win nothing. See the email in there. Okay. I'll show you guys something cool. There.
You spelled beefy wrong.
Beefy.
As the winner.
What winner? Beefy.
The winner, yes.
I got it. He said that's not how you spell Beefy McMahon stick. One of the coolest freaking names. I just got this in the mail today. I want to show you guys this because I'm excited about it. You'll see content on it. But Keeper's Heart is doing an American pot still. You know me, I like Irish whiskey. So Brian Nation is actually one of the old master distillers from, I don't think they call that in Ireland. They're probably called bonders or whatever. But he came to the U.S. He's running Keeper's Heart, maybe the owner, I don't know. But he's doing the Keeper Heart thing. He actually decided to do a triple pot still whiskey in the United States. Irish style. I can't wait to try this. And I love the color. So.
Oh, St. Patty's is coming up. We should make Irish coffee.
But we should just make Irish coffee anyway. I don't need an excuse. I don't need an excuse to drink Irish coffee. Let's just do that. So the other thing, let's keep it on the time here. We're doing good. So the Still Austin trip. Talk a little bit about Kentucky. Some of the people who were actually in the chat were in Kentucky. It was really great to meet Squirrel finally.
You mean in Austin?
In Austin, sorry. I got Kentucky on the mind. Yeah, Cam, I'll let you guys know about that Keepers pretty quick here. Okay, Tim. To make the...
And also, big, huge shout out to Ryan Squirrel.
Squirrel.
He came in with so much cool swag to like give away to the other patrons that were attending, to give us some stuff with our logo on it. I mean, you really outdid yourself. Thank you so
Let's
much.
get
That
the
was
camera
so
to focus on
generous
that thing there.
and just amazing.
So
And the
check
guys
this out.
that what is that? Not a
The old
decanter.
squirrel. The flask.
The flask. The guys actually got to use it at Still Austin to pull straight from the barrel.
Yeah, so on that subject. We went to Still Austin, obviously, to do a barrel pick, but the guys that got to do the barrel pick experience, and some of the people that are picking with us in Kentucky and Tennessee will actually probably get to have this experience, but there are different types of barrel picking experiences. There are we sit down at our dining room table with samples, pour out some Glens and have some pizza and bullshit, pick samples. Great. Tons of fun. Love doing that. There's the going to a place like Pete does, his house, a casino card room, something like that, sit down having some samples. He pours some extra special stuff. He'll pour some Brook Hills or some rare things. Very, very cool experience. Barrel picking in any way, shape, or form is amazing. But the ultimate, the pinnacle of going to a barrel pick experience is like what we did with Still Austin, where you go and they actually kind of roll the red carpet out for you. Raleigh over at Still Austin is now become a friend. We've known him for quite a while. Raleigh was actually the facilitator of our very first single barrel with a different distillery. Really great guy, showed us a great time. But we were lucky. He went over to Still Austin. We were able to go do the single barrel with Raleigh, so we get to do another one with him. And man, they were incredible. I mean, they rolled out the red carpet at the distillery. Made some really great pours. Shout out to El Whiskelero on Instagram, Emiliano. He is their second in charge, basically of distillation. I'm not sure what his actual title is. Emiliano will have to forgive me if he sees this. Thankfully, he's an Instagram guy, so he probably won't see this. Thank God. He brought out some special pours, some distillery noise, some Nancy things, just kind of sneaking some little pours and everything. A few things I can't even tell you what they are. Not because I don't know, because he asked us not to. Okay, Kenny. Kenny's jumping on the semantics of technically the Rye 3 was the first single, bro.
Kenny's correct.
Right. But the Bent was the first one we got to go pick.
Yeah.
We did the Rye 3. We did that one by sample here?
Yes.
Was it here?
Yes.
And I know we did it with the boys by sample, but so anyway, back to the Stalls thing. So we were at the distillery, they did that for us. And then the next day we got to do the whole experience. They actually we all went together out. We stopped at Cherry Black's. They treated us to a really great lunch at Cherry Black's, which is bomb, by the way. We went back a second time before we left.
Yeah, we did. The night before we were leaving.
Cherry Black's is the bomb. I love Cherry Black's. And then we drove out to the actual rick houses, to a facility that's not open to the public, that's not on the map. There's no signs. It's kind of a secret, undisclosed location. And we went through the different rick houses, drilled some barrels, thieved some things, tried some experimentals. Yes, they let some of the guys fill their flasks up. Just let them fill the flasks up. We got to taste some Still Austin single malts, which I didn't even know existed, including was Bam, one of the guys working out there, broke out a bottle of something that it was the last of that single malt that they had made. It was made entirely at Still Austin, aged at Still Austin. It was the only one ever done. He brought out the last bottle and we killed it. Mm-hmm. Absolutely incredible generosity, a ton of fun. I mean, it was just a really great experience to be out there in the rick houses with the smells and just the kind of acting a fool and having some fun. The boys they do a great job of just about getting out of control, but not just pushing the limits a little bit, then reeling it back in. So everybody had a lot of fun. Kind of the extent of what fun you can have legally. Try to see YouTube take a break feature gets so annoying so quickly. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I turn off the monetizing for these things. We were monetizing the live, but I'm like, listen, for the few of you guys that show up for this, but we're not going to make you. I've turned the monetizing back on when I post the replay. If you can't show up for the live, you got to watch it on replay, and you got to watch commercials.
Rizzled has a question about the Westward milestone. Any word when batch 4 is coming?
Ooh. So I do not have I don't think that they have an official release date of batch 4, but you can bet that it's going to be towards the end of the year. They'll start to release some of that information. We're going to start talking to Westward a little bit more about doing something with them. I've had a little bit of a conversation with them over there. So as the relationship gets better, maybe we'll find out a little bit more. But we just had the 3 released on the shop month or 2 ago, so it'll be about that same time next year. Single malts are completely insane. Yeah, it's very interesting that you guys to try a single malt that's still Austin. I didn't know they even had any of those. They're really really good actually. Let's see. Yeah, let's support. Let's go Sabres. RIP Capitals. You did send it to Tim. Did send us. He said I sent him $1 to help with ads. Maybe we got to send more. Have you ever seen Steeple Ridge Lonely Oak Distillery whiskey in your area? If you do, try it. It's my new favorite from Iowa. They are farm to glass, excellent stuff. I have heard of them, but no, I have not seen them around here.
I think we even have that around here.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
That's the problem with like craft distilleries too. Is a lot of the stuff doesn't even make it out here, so we have to get it while we're traveling or something.
Yeah, I that's the one thing that I appreciate about Bruzel and his content is wherever he goes, he actually tries to find the local stuff. And I know I enjoyed that when I went to Michigan, looking around and trying to find the Michigan specific things and trying to try the things that are local there just to see because it is interesting, it is fun. So I wish we could get more.
Maybe we could reach out to the distillery and see if they send us something to try.
Yeah, and there's some of that. I've actually got some samples sitting over here from Jay Henry, which we don't have. We were talking to Jay Henry, I think Wisconsin. Someone will correct me on that if I'm wrong, but don't really see that around here. We got some single barrel samples from him to see if there's something that maybe we could do with that. I am gonna, because I've got some mixed review on that. I'm not going to hold it against Jay Henry. I've actually heard a lot of good things about Jay Henry, but I've heard more than one person that had tried a single barrel sample and decided not to take something. So I may just kind of try those out before we decide what we're going to do. And then if we do decide to do a single barrel, we'll rope in some of the patrons on that one. It was awesome. Bruzel was in my neck of the woods recently. Tim, you didn't go hang out with him, man? What the heck? Figured you guys get along famously. That is Wisconsin, Jay Henry. Yes. Fantastic. Thank you, Cam. I love it when I get it right. Yeah, I talked to Jim, I believe is the name of the guy. The Jay Henry. I think it's Jim. Like I was talking to him by email a little bit. I actually had a phone call with him too. He was a cool guy, but he sent those out and it was actually very cool. His attitude was really great about it. He said, look, let me just send you a few things, see what you think. We'll talk from there. I think that's fantastic. I mean, everybody gets kind of weird about the sample thing, and I get it because I was talking to another person that owns a distillery, and they're like, well, everybody wants these free things all the time, and I totally understand that. There's small businesses like we are now, but to send out samples costs money, to send out bottles costs money. But his attitude was, I think you're going to like our whiskey. I'd like to convince you of that. Let me send you a few things. See what you think. If you don't like them, no big deal. No hard feelings. Which I think you have to have that attitude. Yeah. Because you're very proud of the stuff that you make, and I'm sure that he thinks that everything he makes is something that is worth buying. Otherwise, he wouldn't put it out, right? You don't make a product and then you don't think it's worth buying. But you also have to understand that just because you think it's really great, and 80% of people might think it's really great, somebody might not, and you can't hold that against them.
Sure.
So
individual tastes.
I see Chef Chris is saying I have a few Jay Henrys that I really like. Well, Chris, if we decide to do a Jay Henry pick, maybe you have to get in on that. Sagamore is local to me, pretty patient. Yeah, patiently waiting for a WB Sagamore pick. I think we will do that. We will do that. The thing that's a little concerning with me about Sagamore is the 9-year, 10-year, 11-year thing, because we want to get that turned around quick if we do it, because you don't want to pick a 10-year pick, get the single pick in, and then release 11-year, which is what happened to Colby, and his 9-year pick is fantastic, but then they release the 8-year pick, and so there's still 9-year picks sitting in the store. And I think that's the only reason why. If I go scratch those 9s out and put 10s on them, I bet they sell. Cam, I was at the distillery. It was okay, but I could see some of the special stuff could be good. I think you're going to have to pick and choose. Well, we're going to find out. I got a box of stuff over here from him. It's a bunch of little sample bottles. First time catching a live chat. Wanted to chime in and say cheers. I'm sipping on Chattanooga Whiskey Triple Isla Cask Finish tonight. Ooh, Fordex. Buddy, one, thanks for being here. Glad you caught us.
Welcome.
Buddy, that to me says this is a serious whiskey drinker that knows what he likes and ain't afraid. He's not afraid to try rye, I bet, Devin. I mean, because triple Isla cask finished implies smoky Scotch finishing. I'm not exactly familiar with that bottle, but I don't think you'd triple finish in a non-peated Isla like a Boonhaven. That wouldn't make any sense. Just finish it in a Scotch barrel. Tim, basement, don't go there. Trust me. Oh, he's talking about liquor store still. Colby's pick is fire. Yeah, Colby's Sagamore 9-year pick is really, really good. But listen, whiskey drinkers as they are, and especially with the market changing the way that it is, killer 9-year pick, standard 10-year release. A lot of people are just going to see that 10 and that 9, and they're going to buy that 10. That sucks. It's not very smart. But I get it, because you can't try that 9. And you have to find somebody like Chef Chris that knows what he's talking about that says, that's a badass pick. That's a really good bottle. And then you go, okay, fine, great.
Well, like you said, sometimes even the picks, the reason we do them blind because we don't want to be swayed by like the age or what barrel it's coming out of, or what part of the rick house.
Yeah.
Just because I feel like you're less biased that way.
Yeah, and the downside to that is, and I'm going to say this I want everybody to take it with a grain of salt.
Marketing of it.
I'm only going to say it right here. Yeah, marketing of it. Like our Still Austin pick. The first question I got, how old is it? Okay, well, hold on a second. That's an interesting question to ask, and I'm glad that you asked that, but you have to ask that in the context of, do you know how old Still Austin's normal stuff is?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, do you know that Still Austin stuff is not very old? Their cask strength bourbons are not very old. I wish I had one sitting here. I don't think these ones have. I mean, these new bottle and bonds now are getting to be 4, 5, 6, 7 years, but here we go. Yeah, I think it does say on the back if I remember right. Yeah. So the Still Austin, and I'm only going to I want to preface this because I'm going to answer that question, and I want to put it in context. And this is the thing that bodes to trying things without knowing the ages and stuff, because you have to understand this, or it is technically a tricky marketing expression to say. So the regular Still Austin cask strength bourbon, which I think everybody's going to agree is actually really good. I've compared this to Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, and I think a lot of times it is comparable. It is as good or better than some of them. Standard release, not very expensive. Aged at least 2 years. 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 2 years in Kentucky is Old Crow 86.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 years in Texas is different. And you could tell the color on that's good, the proof on that's good. The way that they slow water reduce these, they take advantage of the Texas climate and use the slow water reduction to take away some of that Texas, the funk, as they use it, that some of that Texas intensity to give you. This bottle, to me, drinks like a 5 or 6 year old Kentucky bourbon, maybe older at times. Now, all that being said, if you understand that, then when I tell you that our single barrel that we picked is 3 years old, you're like, that makes sense. But if I say, somebody asks, well, how old is it? And I say it's 3 years, they're going to go, 3 years? Yeah. Sagamore's got a 10 years. Okay. You got to know what you're doing. Now, if you know that about Still Austin and you understand Texas terroir and you're a little bit versed in whiskey, then you'll know that when we picked a 3-year-old Still Austin aged entirely in a Kelvin barrel, it's an absolute crusher of a barrel. And it's going to be inexpensive. And it's going to have the new label on it. Absolute buy, in my opinion. I would totally buy it. But there are going to be people that are going to go like that, basically.
They could get their 10-year bottles.
They should buy their 10-year bottles. Maybe you ain't ready for some Still Austin. That barrel of whiskey was a unanimous agreement.
Yeah.
Everybody, we had some differences of opinion as to what the number 2 barrel was, but the number 1 barrel for everybody was the same one. It's the one we picked. It's 118.4 proof now.
Yeah.
Might be a little higher by the time they bottle it. So it's going to be higher than the standard by a little bit. Yeah, so this is 118 proof. Most of Still Austin stuff is a 115, 118 range. But absolutely delicious bottle. And I think it's because it was aged in that Kelvin barrel. With Still Austin too, depends on where in the warehouse you are. When we were there, we learned that because they stack those barrels so deep, inside barrels, outside barrels, massive fluctuation in temperature.
Yeah.
So where the barrel was matters.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they did a really good job of picking some great samples. They were all really delicious.
100%. The way that those barrels insulate the heat from the outside, like when we walked into one brick house, it
Yeah.
literally felt cold compared
Yeah.
to another brick house we just came out of that was we were sweating in.
It was very cool because the one rick house that we got hot in had some sporadic barrels in it,
Mhm.
no layers. We walked into another rick house later in the day, actually, but it had barrels layered up and it was cool, almost like we say air conditioned because they insulated it. So, you get a 3-year-old Kelvin barrel somewhere on the outsides of the rick houses, that bad boy's going to age a lot faster.
Yes, so you've got a question.
Okay.
Which hard truth is your favorite, and what do you think about Garrison Brothers?
Okay, so Yoniko Lero? I do not have much experience with hard truth. And I will be very honest with the reasoning for that. Um, Hard Truth is a brand that was pushed very hard by a certain number of content creators. There's like a they were smart and employed a bunch of content creators to push their brand. And I have this weird thing where, and it's me, where if everybody else is doing something, I suddenly now don't want to do it. So this is the reason why I've never been to KBF. We've been to Kentucky during KBF, but never to KBF. And I don't have plans to go to KBF. I don't know. I just get this weird. Now, if all of you guys want to go and we want to go as a group, I'm down to love you guys. But I just, when everybody else does something, I don't want to do it. I'm like,
What
I
is
don't want
that,
to be
like
part of the
a
group.
contrarian? They
I am
would
a
call
total
it?
contrarian,
Yeah.
absolute contrarian. So because there were so many content creators clearly being incentivized to push the brand, I literally have never had anything from Hard Truth. Now, I think Hard Truth is a good brand. The general consensus of the thing that I hear from people, it's a good brand. We carried the Bikini Bottom Annapolis whiskey single barrel. It's still in the shop. Everybody says it's great. We carried it, sold it. I've not tried it. I don't have anything against Hard Truth. Seriously, I don't have nothing against Hard Truth, and I think that it's probably all very good stuff because I've never heard anything bad about it. But I've literally never drank anything from Hard Truth. I'm gonna have to do that.
Change that now.
Yeah, I didn't intentionally avoid I'm never gonna drink anything from Hard Truth. I didn't intentionally do that. It just started with the whole Jesus, everybody's talking about freaking Hard Truth. I'm gonna do something different, and I just never got back around
Well,
to
it
it.
was because for a minute there, it was like every single creator, the whole Instagram was filled with hard truth.
No, it was this stuff too. I was just like, what the hell's going on with Hard Truth? So I just okay, we're gonna get it. We're gonna get away.
Garrison Brothers.
Yeah, we're gonna
get
it.
Ask about.
So Garrison Brothers.
She.
That's Yoni. He or she doesn't matter. Non-gender specific human being watching my life. You can be whatever you want to be. I identify as a whiskey drinker and rye, not Devin. He's just a bourbon drinker. I really like Garrison Brothers, and I'm gonna put an asterisk on that. I love Garrison Brothers. I love what they do, leaning into the Texas terroir with the wheated bourbon. So you get a lot of the, they call it Texas funk. Okay, I use that term, but only because there's not really a better way to describe it. Just that intense Texas flavor that comes from that just insane in and out of the barrel wood. When you look at a whiskey stave from a barrel in Texas, that whiskey goes into that wood twice as deep as it does in Kentucky. Right, so it's just really intense. I love the cognac finished. I love the honey added to the ladybird, the double oaking. I just
cannot wait for that ladybird cast strength that's coming out.
So I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of Garrison Brothers. I absolutely love everything that they do. The only thing I don't regular honeydew, but when you add it to ladybird, that same honey to ladybird, it makes an absolute killer bottle of whiskey. I'm a big fan. I think cowboy bourbon is one of the most incredible things that you can drink, period. Just
Ladybird
because
and cowboy experience top there.
There's nothing like it. Ladybird is a bottle that you can pour to me totally blind, anywhere, any place, and I'm going to know what it is. It's so unique, it's so specific, and it's got so much freaking flavor. I think I have 3 bottles back here. I love it. Okay. Now, that being said, I do believe that Garrison Brothers is not going to be loved by everyone. Garrison Brothers has got a very specific flavor profile that they lean into and love. Donis Todd knows what he's doing, and he does what he knows, and that's the way they do it. Now, up until Sonora, which is pretty different, everything Garrison Brothers had a Garrison Brothers feel to it. So what I would say to you is, if you want to try Garrison Brothers, try and find a place to try a pour of small batch. They're regular old. It is actually vintage every year. They pull 50 barrels. It's different, a little different every year, but it's got the same feel. See if you can get a pour of that because the bottles are not cheap. Or you can buy a boot flask, which is smaller, so you're not rolling the dice as much in money. And if you can buy or try Sonora, do that. Sonora I think, is a little more approachable because they finish it in a rye. It smooths out and rounds out and develops a flavor profile that's going to be a little more like recognizable for a regular bourbon drinker. Great bottle of whiskey. Might be Garrison Brothers' best bottle of whiskey all around for all drinkers all the time. It's not my favorite. I love it, but it's not my favorite. But I think if you taste tested a whole bunch of Garrison Brothers to 100 different whiskey drinkers, that might be the one that they like the best. There's my answer, basically.
This is a consideration too with Garrison Brothers. They're obviously on the higher end, but
yeah, it's
if you can afford it, I think it's definitely worth trying some of their lineup.
Yeah, it's a good way to put it. I mean, Land Rover is not the best vehicle made. There is a very specific feel to a Land Rover. They're very expensive, right? That's kind of Garrison Brothers. Specific feel, not necessarily for everyone. Maybe not the best subjective whiskey made in the whole wide world, but if you like what they do, you like what they do. Land Rover customers are super loyal to that brand, and they are expensive. So it's kind of a.
And that's what I was going to mention too. Is I think that difference is what makes them stand out. Otherwise, they would just be like every other whiskey brand.
They're not trying to do what anybody else is doing. I mean, they freaking the little pull tab is deerskin, for God's sake. They still hand dip and write every freaking bottle. They're doing a very boutique-y, high end Texas bourbon, and I love it. I'm here for it 100%. But I always put that little caveat on there because I don't want everybody to go out and buy a bottle of Guadalupe and then go, "What the hell is this?" Because because it might blow you out the water. And you may love it, you may not love it, but I'm never going to tell anybody to roll the dice on a $160, $180 bottle. I'm just not.
Okay, so we have a question.
Yep.
It says, serious question. When you were working for Audi, how many hours were you working compared to how many hours you're working now per week for Whiskey Bonded? Looks like you are much happier doing Whiskey Bonded.
Who said that?
Michael.
Great question, Michael. I appreciate that. So I'm probably working a similar amount of hours, wouldn't you say? Because I kind of work.
No, I actually feel like you're working more now because even when you're not working, you're working on it,
Yeah,
You're
I think
always
that's
editing, you're always coming up with new things, you're thinking up ideas, you're researching things,
just true.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like an all day thing. You might not have set hours for when you're like sitting at the desk, but
And Tim, I'm going to come back to your question in a minute, but yeah, that's probably fair. I mean, the difference being, and yes, I am very happy doing this. I do enjoy it a lot. I mean, I think it's a real blessing, and I have all of you guys to thank for being able to take something that's a hobby that I really love and I'm really passionate about and turn it into a business that we can actually live off of. And we're still in the process of doing that. But, we're getting there. But to be able to do my passion as a job, I think is the dream. I mean, that's what everybody really wants to do. I mean, whatever it is you love to do the most, to be able to do that as a job is an incredible experience and a great opportunity. And I'm super, super happy about it. But I think you may be right. I'm still trying to find the balance because you don't have a schedule, right? And there's not like, 6:00, I'm off shift. And it's a creative endeavor. I just, I'm like, my mind's always kind of spinning. I'm like, this, or that, this, or that. So I'll jump to those things. And you also still have the responding to the public because we have the store. So there are things that come up. Like today, I unexpectedly stopped what I was doing to list those Penelope bottles that popped up. So there's a lot of like reactive things also. But there's a lot of freedom in when I do it. I mean, I get started later in the morning than I used to.
Still catching up that you're doing too
Right
from
now.
when you did have two jobs at the same time. We're still playing catch up on a lot of stuff, and of course now with tax season and all that's another aspect of running your own business that you have to consider in the time that you have to put into that. And
yeah. Thankfully, I have you to help. My CFO.
Yeah.
This is you guys. It's also. It's funny because we were just talking about this in that media call. There is a lot that goes on behind the scenes that we have to do because you're also running a business. So you've got your accounting and your ledgers and all the crazy tax paperwork and all that crazy bullshit too. And we're talking to people about potential partnerships, responding to inquiries on things. You're running the shop, trying to make content, talking to other cult creators, doing marketing calls, and all this crazy stuff. So it's a lot.
Filming, people
Yeah,
send things, and then you want to film, but you're behind, 2 weeks. And
there's so much shit stacked up here. I mean, I'm not.
no,
I'm not.
yeah, I was gonna say no complaints.
It's
It's just reality of it that I feel like this does take a lot more time. Because before you would just go to work in the morning and come back at even 8 or 9 sometimes on a busy day, but you were done with, when you came home, it was done.
I am working less at this in total than I was doing that job and this.
Oh, well, yeah.
At the same time. But it's nice too because there's a lot of freedom to it. Like, I get up in the morning still and I spend a little more time in the morning doing the health things that I want to do, eating breakfast. I'm not so worried about watching the clock. I don't wear a watch as much as I used to. Those kind of things are great. It's a great trade-off. And I'm not going to complain if I work 60 hours this week, but it's freaking tasting whiskey and giving shit away and talking to people about whiskey and it's like it's a lot of fun. I mean, we've been doing it for 4 years now. No, 2022. So yeah, technically 4 years now. And I'm not tired of it. So I mean, I think that's kind of the indicator of. I do want to get to Tim's question really quick. Tim said, "I'm not an expert, but I'm old fashioned. But I'm old fashioned like most of y'all in here. My point. I am really enjoying sipping on Early Times Bottle and Bond lately. Thoughts? You know what? I think pretty sure T.A. Burston, his first name is Tim. You have to correct me if I'm wrong on that. I'm behind a couple comments here, but Tim, you are absolutely spot on. A lot of us are that way. I know that I reach for a lot of the same things. This is actually Barrel Vantage, which is a absolute personal favorite of mine that I forget all the time. If you haven't had Barrel Vantage in a while, freaking go back and revisit that. That's an incredible bottle of whiskey, and it is every time I go back to it. But I do the same thing. I drink Pipe Dream. I drink Pipe Dream quite often. And that's probably my 5th or 6th or 7th bottle of Pipe Dream. I buy it for $28.99 around here at Rayleigh's. I really enjoy it. I think as no matter how big your collection gets, we talked about this before. I don't always want to drink cask strength. I don't always want to drink double barrel. I don't always want to drink, I don't always want to do that. Sometimes I just want to drink something that's a good old go to that I love, that's easy to drink, maybe a little ice. Still, I think my favorite Weller to drink, Special Reserve on ice. I love it. 107's better, 12's better, Full Proof's better. I don't just something about little Special Reserve with some ice. It's easy, soft. Give you a little tiny bit of a hum, but it ain't gonna burn your palate. I can drink it while I eat, which I don't do really with whiskey. I don't really drink whiskey while I eat. I usually separate them. So it's no, not at all, not at all, man. I think that's maturity in whiskey drinking is you can separate those two things. This is what I like to drink. This is the better whiskey. Oh, Squirrel, Guadalupe is one of the best. The cask strength is amazing. Garrison Brothers cask strength stuff is nuts. The honeydew cask strength, please. I mean, it really is a whole nother thing. Guadalupe versus Midwinter Night Dram is not even close. If you're spending for Midwinter Night Dram, skip it and try your first Garrison Brothers. Basically the same price point and a killer port finished alternative. Fantastic point. The Midwinter Nights Dram is good, but there's a very real chance you try Guadalupe and go, holy shit.
Yeah.
Probably not going to happen with Midwinter Nights. You're probably going to go, it's pretty good. Should have been $99 instead of $149. I'm not super mad at it. I like the Midwinters, but I don't buy them anymore. If this isn't stressful, you got it made. If you can work and smile, all that counts. Yeah, and Tim said, and you're not a scumbag car salesman. Tim?
Not anymore.
Damn it, Tim. No, now I'm a scumbag content creator. That's why I use the term influencer. I'm a scumbag influencer.
A whiskey pusher.
I'm a whiskey pusher. I'm 48, been doing my job for 40 years, family restaurant. I love it and proud of it. Staple here in Buffalo. We got to come out and visit Buffalo. You and Tap got that in common. The family restaurant, 40 years. You do the same job for 40 years and love it. That's the dream. That's the dream right there. Okay, what time we got?
How often do you have a dram? How many pours do you drink during the week or weekend?
Yoni, so this answer may surprise you. I don't know. I was wondering. You guys got to tell me in the comments if this surprises you. Some of you know me. You're not going to be surprised by this. So I do not drink every week, every day. CC said, "How often do you have a drink?" Okay, so I don't drink every day. I bet.
Lies.
Well, let's separate. Let's separate some things. Stop. That's not true. I don't drink every day. Quit. Let's separate. Separate working drinking. So if I'm actually reviewing bottles and stuff, I will do a lot of spitting and flushing. So I don't really count that. So if I sit down and do blinds or sample 8 or 10 different things, that's not 8 or 10 drinks. That was kind of working and tasting. It's different. Actually drinking something, I probably have something 4 days a week, sometimes five, kind of depending what we got going on. I might go several days and not have anything at all. Sometimes I might go several days in a row. But here's the important semantic thing I want you guys to know. Yeah, I do want you guys to drink with a level of responsibility. I don't really talk about that, but I don't want anybody to actually binge drink. I make a lot of jokes about binge drinking and all that stuff, but they're jokes. I don't actually drink a willet out of a straw when I'm stressed out. I don't actually do that. It's like proofs in the there's hardly anything out of that. So I clearly didn't drink it all with a straw. It's still all in there. It's for fun. But when I do drink, regardless of how many days a drink, it'll usually be a single pour, and it'll usually be an ounce and a half ish, a little more or less. Sometimes two. But I'll usually only drink the one.
Oh wait, that's me. Never mind.
Yeah. You do drink a bigger volume sometimes than me, but she drinks less often than I do.
Yeah.
So I'll usually drink an ounce and a half, maybe two. I'd say once a week or twice in 3 weeks. Once in a while, I'll drink a little more. I'll have a second pour. I'll drink more like 3 ounces, cocktail, something like that. But not very often. Not very often. And it's probably once a month that I will drink more than that. And it's usually when we were at Still Austin. And even this Still Austin trip, I really didn't drink that much. I drink more at the Vegas thing, but I'll drink a few other things. Like when we go to a bottle share, I'd probably drink more like, 5 ounces or something in pours over the night. But that's pretty rare. I don't do that very often. So hopefully that answers your question.
Squirrel says he saw your spirit animal in Specs last month.
Yeah, my drunk raccoon. I love that. It's Cam has stolen the drunk raccoon from me.
Mm-hmm.
That is definitely my spirit animal, though. I want Squirrel to be my spirit animal, though. I mean, I need Squirrel's energy.
Oh, is that where the nickname comes from?
Squirrel? Yeah, for sure. Have you seen Over the Hedge with Hammy?
God.
The squirrel's like, Cookie? That was Squirrel. Man, did not stop moving. I love him. What a great dude. Have been to work due to some stuff, so I feel like I've had more pours than usual. So just want to know how much you do in terms of health-wise. Yeah, Yoni, I definitely try really hard to balance health and the alcohol thing. It's funny, one of the comments we made in that call, I was on a call and everybody on the call was food content. Nobody was alcohol content. They're all like, I'm trying to have a more healthy direction with my food content. I'm like, you guys think it's hard to balance your content with health? Try balancing my content with health, right? You guys are amateurs. Stop that. No, but I listen. I'm very careful about how much water I drink. I try to moderate, like not having a lot of other vices. I like a little soda. My wife doesn't like that, but I don't eat a lot of sugar. I don't drink any sugar. I do try to listen to myself too. I mean, I work out, and then if I'm just not feeling great, or if I feel like I'm drinking like a little extra, I'll take a day or two off. I don't do a dry week or anything. I mean, I'm a freaking adult. I don't need to do dry February or January or whatever because I have self-control. Okay.
You obviously don't do it because you don't even know what month it is.
I don't know what month it is. I think it's January, right? It's stupid. Anyway, I just dry February 29th. So I don't feel the need to do that stuff because I don't feel like my drinking is ever out of control. It's always very intentional. I know exactly how much I've drank. I know exactly how I feel. You guys will never see me absolutely trashed. You're never going to see it. I just not only can I hold my liquor because I'm a professional, but I don't.
He says.
I don't ever drink. When you ever see me sloppy drunk? How many times?
Every time we hang out with my family.
No, it's been a while. Yeah, but the Polish family, they can drink. Y'all think you can drink? Y'all can't drink. The Polish family can drink. Anyway, I'll have to tell that. Have I told that story?
Yes.
I have told it here. So, anyway, a long answer to a short question. I think if you think that you might be drinking too much, you should probably peel back a little bit. I think that's the answer. If you feel like you have a little too many pours, maybe just peel back just a little bit.
And my piece of advice would be drink, like he said, intentionally. If you really are really craving something, don't just drink just because you're sitting around and you're bored and you're going to drink. But if you're really craving something, make a really good cocktail or have that pour that like really just hits and savor it. Don't just pound it or drink it quickly. Just sit and, sit with it for a little bit. Watch a show while you're drinking, whatever.
That is a great piece of advice. 100%. If you want to have a pour, but you're trying to take it easy, that's the time to pour the expensive, rare, complex. Pour your ounce and a half in a damn Burns dram that you only need a tiny bit in, and sit with it. Sit and savor it. Mm-hmm. You're never gonna. That's never gonna be bad for your health to do a tiny amount of once in a while. So I just think the answer is, if you think you're drinking too much, dial it back just a little bit. If you can do that, you don't have a problem. If you can't do that, you probably got a problem.
Yeah,
I think that's the answer. But yeah, drinking does fluctuate too, man. I don't, definitely don't want you to give you the guilt trip there, Yoni. It's, we drink more on vacation. We drink
sure.
more when we're hanging out with the patrons. Sometimes I just crave it a little bit more. Sometimes I'm like, I'm not really, not today. I don't feel like it. And that's the way Joanna drinks too. She just like, I kind of feel like something. And just, if you don't feel like something, you don't do nothing. I would make it a habit. I come home from work every day and have a drink.
Well, that's what I was going to say. If it becomes a habit, then maybe change it up by switching to something else that's not alcohol, but you can still like do the act, just like, when you smoke and you want to quit smoking, then you start, using gum or whatever to kind of give your mouth something to do instead of.
Oh, great. Here comes the mouth.
Yeah.
God dang it. Here comes the
I walked right into that one.
It's funny. Some of it is personality too, because we were talking about it the other day that when Joanna and I met, we both were smokers. As a smoker, I didn't. People are like, well, how many packs a day? Well, people are like, well, I smoke half a pack a day, or I smoke a pack a day, or whatever. Even when I was a regular, consistent smoker, I didn't do that. Some days I'd smoke 2, some days I'd smoke 5, some days I wouldn't smoke any at all. So some of it's also personality too. Luckily, I'm kind of naturally that way, so this is an easy thing for me to moderate. For some people, it's probably not as easy. So. Any tip on transporting bourbon in checked bags? Currently in the airport and nervous, they're going to break all my bottles. If you're currently in the airport, then it's too late for advice, man. Dang it. Listen, I will tell you, if you wrapped them up really good, you'll be fine. I shoved 3 bottles in a not big enough suitcase one time, and I was so nervous and they didn't break. If you put them in the best thing I think is to put them in the bubble sleeves and then make sure they're in the center of your bag.
Yeah.
If you do that, you're fine. A bottle for a bottle to break, it's not. It would take serious crushing or an abrupt shot. And if it's in the middle and it's in a bubble bag, even if they throw your bag around, it's not gonna. It's not.
The luggage itself makes a difference because I feel like the hard shell luggage is a little more protection for whatever is inside of it than if you have like a soft, piece.
Like hard shell would be better, but it's about absorb. Well, any of you guys that ever did the freaking. Try to make the little container for the egg drop contest when you were in school. Mm-hmm. You try to make the little thing. It's about absorbing the abrupt blows and crushing forces. So those bottle bags you can get. Cam, I brought 7 bottles from Texas last week. Some of you guys getting serious. You can buy those little blow up bottle sleeves on Amazon. Those damn things are amazing. And I'll tell you something. I get packages of shit that are not very well wrapped. Mm-hmm. Like look at this. This is like literally pretty much the way this came. I mean, it had a little plastic thing around it, but it pretty much came like that. Didn't break. So I've heard of people breaking bottles and luggage, but I don't know how they did it because it seems like you almost have to try to break the damn things. Yoni said, speaking of airports, do you ever declare bottles you buy, declare it customs? I don't really bring bottles back from out of the country.
Yeah.
You're allowed, you need to look up the rules. You are allowed to bring back so much liquor from another country without declaration in your checked bags, but you definitely check the rules.
Domestic and international. Yeah. So
definitely check the rules, y'all.
5 liters domestically, or is that, am I making
it was something like that. It's liters.
Yeah,
It's by liters.
it is by
We don't
liters.
do that. We're Americans. We go milliliters, 750. I will tell you one thing. Um, you can bring one of these things absolutely full to the brim for carry on.
Mhm.
There's a little trick for you. You want to, this is the best thing ever. This is why we want to give one of these away. This comes with four, here. You haven't seen this. This comes with four little containers. They're rubber protected in the little sleeve. This is a hard shell. This is TSA compliant ounces. It's 2.5 or whatever. You have to be 3.4, right?
I think under 3, isn't it?
Yeah. I think
3
it's
or less.
3.4.
Is it?
Yeah. So you can get four of these bad boys in this aged and ore. Fill this thing up completely with whiskey, and you can carry it on. You don't even have to check it. You can carry it. That's why this thing is so badass. I love it. The bigger one, you can actually have a whole bottle of whiskey in, but you can't carry that on. Oh, Yoni said something about in my country it's only 1 liter per person. Yoni, where are you from? I'm curious. See you, Tim. Tim is checking out. We're wrapping up. We're wrapping up, Tim. So Tim SK, the fallen. Yeah, the carry-on Agent or the Agent or bottle flight is amazing. We're taking it to Mexico. You're not supposed to have alcohol on the plane, but you can sneak it. Anyway, okay. If you guys don't have any other questions, I think we should wrap it. Anything else we need to cover?
Oh, he's Israel.
Oh, Israel. Oh, cool. Y'all need to be careful out there, man. Be safe. Y'all got that badass Iron Dome. You got nothing to worry about. Where can I get the travel kit? These are, well, if you're a patron, you might want to wait and see if you win it. But you can get these at Aged and Or. So it's literally agedandor.com.
Closer to the
Yeah, you can see.
Right.
All right, let it focus, let it focus, let it focus. Expensive ass camera, no focus. Aged and Or. So agedandor.com. They've got several different. These are actually, they're not super cheap, but trust me, they're worth the money. They're actually really, really well made. They hold up great. We used the crap out of them. They did a good job with these. They're nice.
They do also sell larger ones.
You can get the bigger ones too.
Yeah,
they're not
quantity wise. It was okay for you to bring it. You could split up a bottle into the larger ones.
Yeah, you can actually. Yeah, the larger size system is meant to put a whole 750 milliliter. Sorry, Israel, 700 milliliter bottle in the samplers. You can take the whole thing with you. We actually use these for travel, so you can have a few ounces because it's a couple of pours. I mean, you go 3 ounces ish in each one. That's 2 1.5 ounce pours of each one. So you have 8 1.5 ounce pours. Mm-hmm. It's quite a bit. Not for some of y'all, but for us, it's perfect. Yeah. No patron, unfortunately. Well, you only join us, man. It's never too late. You can go to whiskey.bonded.com. There's a link to the Patreon. Or if you go to Patreon or you search Google Whiskey Bonded Patreon, we're Whiskey Bonded everywhere. It's super easy to find. Join for free. Join for free. You can still win some stuff and maybe come along with us at some point. We'd like to meet you in person. Okay. That's it? We're good? When you close them after filling them up, they don't leak or anything, and you don't get in trouble because it's not truly sealed. No, nobody. It falls under the rules of your toiletries. So if you think about it this way, if you take a little portable thing of shampoo or toothpaste or whatever on you, and you travel, you open it up, you run around, and it's on the flight and it's all over the place. As long as it's under 3.4 ounces and in total 1 liter bag, that's the rules. 3.4 ounce containers, as many as you can fit in a 1 liter bag. That's the TSA regulation. That falls into it. It doesn't say anywhere in the TSA regulation that those toiletry bottles can't be full of booze. Now, you're not supposed to bring your own booze onto a plane, but you can't drink your own booze on the plane. If it's sealed up and you're not getting into it and drinking it, it's fine. You're not going to get in any trouble. Trust me, we've done it a lot. Yeah. If it's under the limit. Yep. You guys are nailing it. You guys are nailing it. There is no Whiskey Bonded discount code for Aged and Or. That's a story for another time. But at some point, I do want to do some Whiskey Bonded branded Aged and Or stuff. But that's a project for later in the year. We will do that at some point. I'm using Igor as my shampoo. Listen, before the Aged and Or thing came out, what did cross my mind to empty out all the bottles in my toiletry and fill them all up with booze. Fortunately, we don't have to do that. Ya. Fortunately, we don't have to do that. Yeah, no, little cast strings will clean the oil out your hair. That's for sure. Yeah, I don't. And Yoni, you definitely got to make sure you. Well, carry on is 100 milliliters is still plenty. I mean, that's still a reasonable size. I mean, I guess that's more like 200 milliliters, but well, it depends on where you're traveling to and where you're traveling from, Yoni. Yeah, make sure you follow those rules. But no, they do not leak. They do not leak, and there are no problems with them leaking. What's your favorite Weller bottle? I just got the 107 and love it. The what? 107. T-Maj. Tajma. T-Maj. Check this out, you guys. This is going to spin your head around. Look what I got. It's a Weller tater bag. I'm not going to tell you where you find these because I don't know. 7 empty. Yeah, yeah, these are not from Buffalo Trace. We'll just put it that way. 107 is my favorite Weller. If you make me pick one, I like 12-year lot, and I do drink a lot of Special Reserve. I just like it. I don't know why. It's the cheapest one, but 107 is the best one. I think per bottle, I don't know how many 100 milliliters you can take through. Well, see, there you go. It's definitely more than you need, I think. Unless you're Cam, who apparently needs 7 bottles of whiskey everywhere he travels. Just check it in your baggage. You can bring a case. It don't matter. Okay. Okay, next we're gonna wrap up with whatever these last questions are. What is your number one unicorn bottle? A King of Kentucky. That's mine right now. There's a lot of really expensive bottles, but for me, King of Kentucky is the one that pops the top of my head because I've tried it a couple times. I absolutely freaking love it. I love the Brown Forman stuff, especially under the old Forester style. I love it. And every time I've seen them, they're too expensive because the secondary is insane. If I ever see one for MSRP, I will absolutely buy it. 2 if I can. But that's your answer. King of Kentucky. I bought Weller Reserve recently, but so expensive here. $80 US dollars. That's actually not unusual, Yoni, for secondary. They were $80 for quite some time. Unfortunately, that's like a $20 bottle of whiskey. I'll buy them if they're under 30. Because I don't always see them for
Well, in
sticker.
Israel,
But
they probably have to,
yeah,
for the shipping and all that.
well, taxes and stuff
Yeah.
too. Yeah, bourbon prices can be very wildly around the world. I've done a couple videos on the price of Jameson around the world because we get it here I can get Jameson here for under $20, and it's up to $60, or I think I even heard numbers bigger than that, like Australia, they're like $60 for a bottle of Jameson.
Jeez.
Yikes! Where do you set your bar of expectation of Jameson? $60. I just bought the Joseph Magnus that you have on your website. Haven't opened it yet. Oh, Frank, open that freaking bottle, bro. Yeah, I know you didn't spend that money. This is the most expensive single barrel that we've ever released. Might be the most expensive single barrel we ever release. I wish it was cheaper, but it's absolutely worth every cent. I love this bottle. Like I always say, it's all the other whiskey. That's for me. This is a absolutely fantastic bottle of whiskey. If you have one, please open it and drink it. If you don't have one and you can afford it, buy one. If you like anything from Joe, I'll put this up against anything Joseph Magnus has ever released. This is an incredible bottle of whiskey. Those Segment Moreau barrels did something to this whiskey that's super special, and I absolutely love it. Yeah, Frank, you're gonna love it, man. You're absolutely gonna love it. Open it up and let it breathe just a little bit. It doesn't need to breathe for very long. I'd say this one only needs to breathe for probably maybe even a few hours, but open it up, let it get a little bit of air. But in the first few days, man, it really, really blossoms. It's fantastic. Thoughts on Old Carter? I really like Old Carter a lot. It's too expensive, but I love it. I love it. Old Carter's one that I get a pour of every time I get a chance. I've only got a couple of bottles somewhere, stuck away somewhere. Okay. I think that's it. I can get Bland's Gold for under MSRP. That makes sense. Royal Special Reserve is $80, but you can get Bland's Gold for under MSRP. I'd buy the Bland's Gold if that's.
Yeah, buy a few bottles.
Oh yeah, a whole bunch of $22 for Special Reserve. Yeah, see, that's what I do. I always have Special Reserve in the house because when I see them cheap, when they do pop up cheap, I'll buy one just to have one. But okay, we've gone too long. I'm getting to wrap it up. Wrap it up, B. You guys, thank you very much for being here. I really appreciate this. This is a lot of fun for me too. I mean, hopefully it's fun for you guys. I have lots to catch you guys up on. Please. Yeah, please hit the thumbs up, the promote or the share or you guys are commenting like crazy, so I appreciate that. Thank you so much for being here, you guys. We're going to get caught up. You're going to see some more content rolling out from me in the next couple of weeks. Now that we're home for a few weeks before Kentucky at the end of next month, I've got a ton of content, so you might actually see me putting out more than one thing a day here for a little bit, off and on, just because I got to get a lot of this stuff. There's so much good stuff. I do have a lot of really good stuff to tell you guys about, though. So We're going to get this stuff reviewed and posted, and we'll get some content going on Patreon. We're going to give away the rest of the Age of North stuff. Congratulations to Adam J, if he's around. I don't think he is.
Hit the thumbs up, because we only have 35 and we have like 55 people watching. So
we'll have to. Who didn't thumbs up?
Oh, 39 now.
I can't see that. I don't know where that's at. That's all right.
Oh, you have to close your chat out.
Yeah, Yoni, anytime, brother. If you guys ever have a question about anything at all, I'm always available. You can email me at conrad@whiskeybonder.com. I always want to talk about whiskey or comment. I'm still to this day making an attempt to look at and touch every comment on every social media platform and respond to the ones that stand out to me as much as possible. That's probably not going to be possible by the end of the year, but I'm trying still, because I love it. I still love to talk whiskey. So you guys, thanks for coming.
Yoni, hit up the Patreon. There's a free level you can just join and
Yoni, please.
The other patrons.
Yoni, go to whiskeybonded.com and you can find everything that we do there. All the socials, all of our activities, our single barrels, the Patreon, do all that stuff. Please don't feel obligated to spend on the Patreon, but get on the Patreon and just check it out. There's free content, but you can get into the Discord and talk to the other patrons. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, he just said, do you have a Discord channel? Yoni, go to whiskeybonded.com. Join Patreon. The pinned post at the top of Patreon has the Discord link in it, along with a few other things. And you can get into Discord. We talk all week long in Discord. It's a great size right now. There's a lot of activity, but it's not so big that you absolutely get buried. It's awesome. Is a YouTube subscriber better than a Patreon member? For me, it's about the same. I think probably for you, I would do the Patreon just because there's more perks. I focus on the perks on Patreon. I appreciate anything you do, but I think the cost to you is similar. So to me, it's similar, but you're going to get more bang for your buck out of Patreon, Gordon. But if you're a YouTube subscriber, I appreciate the shit out of it. I just look at it all as you guys like what we're doing and want us to keep doing it. So you're giving some small thing out of your own pocket, out of your hard-earned money to help make that happen. And as a community, it matters. So it's like your $6 don't seem like much, but it does matter, because when a bunch of people are doing it, it allows us to be able to make enough to be able to keep doing this and me not have to go sell cars anymore. So there you go. Hey, look at, there you go. Tim, that a boy. That's a comment I like. Tim, the free level is BSK approved. That's what I'm talking about. Cool, Gordon. Yeah, absolutely. That's a better way to go. Is the Patreon. So, all right, you guys. Thank you guys for being here. We will see you next week. We don't have anything going on for the next couple weeks.
I don't think so.
Wednesday night, 6:30 Pacific time. Yeah, we're not till the end of April and the end of May when we do our trip. So a lot of stuff updating there. Oh my God, Yoni! Special thank you to Yoni for 5:05 a.m.
Either going to bed really late or early riser. Which is it?
I don't know, but I think that's freaking cool, Yoni. Thank you for joining us, man.
Absolutely.
From halfway around the world. That's really awesome. Stay safe. I know I say that as an American, but I'm sure the Israelis are not super concerned with everything that's going on. They're used to it. But man, stay safe with all the crazy stuff that's going on there. And come back and join us every Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. American Pacific time.
Yeah.
So it's going to be around 4 in the morning your time. So if you don't make it every time, I won't blame you. But come back and join us, man. We really appreciate it. You guys, we'll see you here next week. Thanks for hitting the likes and the thumbs up and all that other stuff. Anybody who is a patron is probably going to head over to the Patreon for the after party. That's usually what happens. But thanks, you guys. We'll see you next week.